What is it about a few unscripted seconds on a variety show that can shake an entire fandom more than a full-length drama ever could? On Hello Saturday, where laughter is supposed to be light and moments are meant to pass quickly, Dylan Wang and Shen Yue created something that refused to fade. It was not a confession, not a headline-making announcement, and yet it lingered with a force that left viewers replaying clips late into the night, asking themselves the same question again and again. Did we just witness something real? From the moment they stepped onto the stage, the atmosphere shifted. Hello Saturday has seen countless stars, countless playful interactions, countless rehearsed smiles. But when Dylan Wang and Shen Yue appeared together, there was an unmistakable change in energy, subtle but undeniable. The kind of change that does not announce itself, but quietly demands attention. Their history is impossible to ignore. Once, they were the faces of a generation's favorite love story, two young actors who turned scripted romance into cultural phenomenon. Since then, they have walked separate paths, grown individually, matured under different pressures. And yet, when they stood side by side again, time seemed to fold in on itself. If you are still watching, subscribe. Let's get the story started as the world of your favorite celebrity unfolds. Stay tuned. The cameras caught it first. A glance held just a beat longer than necessary. A smile that arrived before the joke was finished. Dylan Wang's instinctive turn toward Shen Yue whenever she spoke, as if the rest of the room briefly dissolved. Shen Yue's laughter, unguarded and familiar, the kind that comes not from performance, but from comfort. These were not grand gestures. That is what made them powerful. During the games, the teasing felt effortless. Not exaggerated for effect, not forced for entertainment. When Dylan Wang leaned in to explain a rule, his tone softened. When Shen Yue responded, her expression carried ease rather than awareness of the audience. They moved like people who did not need to calculate every step, as if muscle memory had quietly taken over. The hosts noticed. The audience noticed. And most importantly, the silence between certain moments spoke louder than any dialogue. In a show built on noise, those pauses became electric. Fans watching live felt it immediately. Social media began to stir, not with shock, but with recognition. This feels familiar. This feels different. This feels like something we were never meant to see again, yet somehow have. Clips spread rapidly, but it was never about one single moment. It was the accumulation. The way Dylan Wang unconsciously mirrored Shen Yue's movements. The way she looked toward him before reacting to the room. The way both of them seemed most themselves when interacting with each other. Industry veterans often say chemistry cannot be manufactured. You can encourage it, frame it, edit around it, but true chemistry exists or it does not. On Hello Saturday, it existed quietly, confidently, without asking for permission. What made these moments resonate so deeply was not nostalgia alone. It was growth. Dylan Wang no longer carried the restless intensity of his earlier years. There was a steadiness to him now, a grounded confidence. Shen Yue, too, radiated a new calm, her warmth tempered by experience. When they met again in this space, it was not as who they were, but as who they had become. And somehow, the connection still held. The show moved on as it always does. Segments changed. Laughter continued. But the audience never fully let go of that initial spark. Every shared frame felt charged. Every interaction felt watched, not because it demanded attention, but because it quietly earned it. After the episode aired, the reaction deepened. Fans did not shout conclusions. They reflected. They remembered why this pairing mattered in the first place. Not because of fantasy, but because of sincerity. Because once, long ago, they made people believe in something simple and rare. Yet there was no attempt from Dylan Wang or Shen Yue to define the moment. No explanation. No clarification. And perhaps that was the greatest gift. By leaving it untouched, they allowed it to remain what it was. A fleeting return to something genuine, unprotected by narrative. Hello Saturday did not host a reunion. It hosted a reminder that some connections do not disappear just because time moves forward. They evolve, settle, transform. And when they resurface, even briefly, they carry the weight of everything that came before. Whether those moments meant friendship, familiarity, or something deeper is not the point. The power lies in the fact that for a short while, two people shared a space where the world felt quieter and millions felt it with them. And that is why those Hello Saturday moments continue to echo. Because sometimes, the most unforgettable scenes are not written in scripts or sealed by declarations. They are found in glances, pauses, and laughter that feels a little too real to ignore. And as the episode faded into memory, the moments between Dylan Wang and Shen Yue refused to dissolve with it. Long after the final segment ended, viewers found themselves returning to the same scenes, not searching for proof, but for feeling. There was something quietly magnetic about the way their presence softened the room. Hello Saturday moved fast, as it always does, yet whenever the camera framed the two of them together, time seemed to slow, as if the show itself paused to watch. What lingered most was not what they said, but what they did not need to say. There was a familiarity that did not beg for attention, a shared rhythm that no rehearsal could produce. When Dylan Wang laughed, it came easier in her direction. When Shen Yue spoke, her confidence felt unguarded, as though she trusted the space to hold her. These were not echoes of a past role. They were traces of understanding built long before that stage and carried quietly into the present. The hosts played their part, teasing lightly, creating moments that could have tipped into exaggeration. But Dylan Wang and Shen Yue never leaned into it. They did not perform nostalgia. They did not dramatize reunion. They stayed exactly where they were, comfortable, grounded, allowing the moment to breathe without forcing it to become something else. And that restraint spoke volumes. Fans began to articulate what they were feeling, not with declarations, but with reflection. Many said the same thing in different ways. This does not feel like acting. This feels like two people who once shared something meaningful and still respect what it was, without needing to define it again. In a world that demands labels, that ambiguity felt strangely refreshing. Industry observers noticed it too. Variety shows thrive on energy, on big reactions, on viral moments. Yet this episode's most replayed clips were quiet ones. A glance, a smile, a subtle lean closer during conversation. Proof that impact does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it arrives gently and stays longer because of it. There was also something symbolic about the timing. Both Dylan Wang and Shen Yue have grown beyond the images that first made them famous. They carry experience now. Success, pressure, expectation. Seeing them together again was not about returning to the past, but about acknowledging how far they have come. Two people who once embodied youth now standing with maturity, still able to share ease without pretense. As discussions continued, a realization settled in among fans. Not every connection is meant to be explained. Not every story is meant to continue the way it began. Some are simply meant to be honored. Hello Saturday offered no answers, and perhaps that was the point. It did not turn their interaction into a narrative. It let it exist as a moment, complete in itself. And in doing so, it reminded everyone watching that authenticity does not need confirmation to be real. For Dylan Wang and Shen Yue, the episode passed like any other workday. Another stage, another set, another appearance. Yet for those watching, it felt like a small gift. A reminder of why certain pairings resonate, not because of fantasy, but because of humanity. As the lights dimmed and the audience moved on, the feeling remained. Not longing, not expectation, just appreciation. Because sometimes, the most powerful moments are not the ones that promise more. They are the ones that stand perfectly on their own, asking nothing, proving everything. And that is why the Dylan Wang and Shen Yue Hello Saturday moments continue to live on, not as a rumor, not as a theory, but as a quiet, unforgettable reminder that real connection, once formed, never truly disappears. Thanks for watching.
Please subscribe.